chance in hell that this is funny or gonna work. And when you see those flat, corny, late-night monologue jokes with no audience, Colbert, there's Jimmy Kimmel, there's Fallon. What they're doing is just like reading off of a teleprompter. So a bunch of really good joke writers wrote them some stuff, and then they're playing to the audience, and the audience is like laughing, so they get this feedback, and they know how to do that. They stand there, and there's applause signs, and then there's producers. There's the warm-up guy that's literally telling people to applaud. They're like, okay, explaining to the people, okay, when Jimmy comes out, I want a big round of applause. Let's practice this right now.
Jimmy Kimmel's a loser. I do Jimmy Kimmel. I did him a lot.
Yeah.
And he'd be standing on the sidewalk. Oh, sir, may I bring you in? He'd bring me in every time. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
He called us doofuses when we had you on.
He's a group of doofuses in flat-brimmed hats.
Guess what? We
ask him how many.
What he did.
Ask him. Yeah, you do bigger. Yeah, you do. His show's dying.
This text is a hyperbolic, politically charged attack on late-night TV host Jimmy Kimmel, blending legitimate criticisms with exaggerated claims and personal insults. It combines perspectives from Joe Rogan and Donald Trump to paint Kimmel as a hypocritical, unfunny, and irrelevant figure in modern entertainment. Below is a breakdown of its themes, flaws, and context. Key themes and claims. Late-night TV is dying. Argues that Kimmel and others like Fallon and Colbert rely on
Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time, and I would say pretty much from the beginning. Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here, I could go outside in the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they get, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that.
Scripted, audience-prompted humor rather than genuine comedy. Claims their shows are outdated in the streaming era, with declining ratings. Political bias. Accuses Kimmel of being a partisan hack who uses his platform to push left-wing talking points instead of comedy. Contrasts his past edgy humor, e.g., The Man Show, with his current sanctimonious monologues. Hypocrisy. Highlights Kimmel's past controversies, e.g., blackface sketches, to undermine his current moralizing. Mocks his manufactured authenticity and reliance on Hollywood elites. Trump versus Kimmel.
Because the guy was so polarized.
Boy, wouldn't it be fun to put Donald Trump in that hot seat, see how much that genius really knows?
And because he was such an easy guy to turn into a Nazi.
What would you say to him if you could get this?
I would say, please, have a seat. You know what? Any time you spend on a game show is another hour you're not being president.
You pointed to him, you're like, the way he talks, he's going to ruin the world.
Can't tackle Donald Trump. He is the most important, the smartest, the most capable leader in the world, and he's not going to let someone push him around.
It's a threat to democracy. We can do anything we can to stop him. So what do? They stop all primaries.
Trump has now been well established, is the greatest negotiator, the greatest deal maker, the greatest diplomat, and the greatest peacemaker that we have ever seen in this country.
They don't have real primaries anymore. They haven't had a real primary since 2012.
I do believe that it will be Donald Trump and Elon Musk who were reflected as two of the saviors of this country and really of the entire world.
They rigged
Kimmel feud. Rehashes their public spats, e.g., Kimmel mocking Trump's hair, Trump calling Kimmel the worst Oscars host. Portrays Kimmel as a coward who avoids real debate. Lack of talent. Dismisses Kimmel as a mediocre comedian propped up by writers and network support. Suggests his success is due to industry connections, not skill. Problems with the text. Cherry-picking criticism. Ignores Kimmel's successful segment.
With late-night television, nobody anymore.
I know.
And it's slowly, you have a bad business model and you're not adapting.
Yeah. The creativity's gone for late night comedy, right? Like that's not really a thing anymore.
You got Jimmy Fallon doing a song about different variants of
e.g., mean tweets, viral interviews, and Emmy wins. Overstates ratings decline without context. All late-night shows face streaming competition. Double standards. Trump, a billionaire ex-president, attacks Kimmel for being elitist, while Rogan, a $100 million Spotify podcast dude, critiques his lack of authenticity. Kimmel's past blackface is condemned, but Trump's history of offensive remarks, e.g., Access Hollywood tape, is ignored. Conspiracy flavor.
Remember the Academy Awards? I said how he's the worst host in the history of the Academy Awards. And this stupid guy goes up, and just before the Best Picture of the Year, the show is almost over. They're waiting for the Best Picture of the Year. He gets up and he says, and his wife said, please don't do it. Please, darling, don't go out. His manager said, don't do it. I have to do it. He goes out and reads my truth to the entire audience right before the best prime time, the Best Picture. And it said basically, he is the worst host of the history. He reads the whole thing. And then I think he said something like, ha, 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 he thinks he bothers me, or some crap like that. I said, he's one of the dumbest human beings ever. He should have listened to his wife. What a dope.
Suggests applause is fake, and audiences are trained. A common trope to delegitimize opposing media. Implies Kimmel is a puppet for shadowy Hollywood narratives. Ad hominem overload. Focuses on insults, loser, dumbest human ever, over substantive critique of his comedy or politics. Rebuttal to key claims. Late night is dead. Reality. Late night ratings have dipped industry-wide, but Kimmel still averages 1.5 M viewers.
I just got a review, and has there ever been a worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars? His opening was that of a less than average person trying too hard to be something which he is not and never can be. Get rid of Kimmel and perhaps replace him with another washed up but cheap ABC talent. See if you can guess which former.
Competitive with Colbert. Streaming clips, YouTube, TikTok. Expand his reach. Kimmel is a political hack. Context. Kimmel does lean left, but so do most late-night hosts, e.g., Myers Colbert. His healthcare advocacy, e.g., emotional monologues on chip funding, had real-world impact. He's untalented. Counter. Kimmel's career spans 30-plus years. Win Ben Stein's Money, The Man Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live. His Oscars hosting, 3X, was divisive but not universally panned. Blackface hypocrisy. Fair critique. Kimmel apologized for 1990s blackface sketches. However, Trump and Rogan have also faced backlash for offensive remarks, e.g., Trump.
Yeah, it's a good joke. Funny thing to say. He's had a real problem with Elon from the beginning of this thing, but it's like he's in this leftist thought bubble. He is in the most leftist thought bubble available, which is Hollywood. And, and I think also, he famously, there's some videos of him in blackface, and those came out, and he had apologized for them, and I think he took that hit and really doubled.
Shithole countries comment. Fake applause. Industry standard. All late-night shows use warm-up acts and cue applause. This isn't unique to Kimmel, e.g., The Tonight Show does the same. Why this rhetoric resonates. Political tribalism. Conservatives view Kimmel as a symbol of woke Hollywood, making him a prime target. Nostalgia for edgy comedy. Rogan/Trump fans prefer shock humor, e.g., The Man Show, over Kimmel's softer, politicized style. Anti-establishment rage. Portraying Kimmel as a puppet aligns with broader distrust of mainstream media. Conclusion. This text is less a critique and more a partisan hit piece. While Kimmel can be criticized for bland comedy or political bias, the exaggerated claims, worst host ever, career built on lies, undermine legitimate discussion. For balanced analysis, consider Kimmel's influence on health.
Well, also, I don't think that conversation is a conversation that should be held in front of an audience in 5-minute chunks, like they do on television.
Yeah.
That's a conversation that you have to let air out. I want to know why you think the way you think. Him, sit down with Jimmy. Why do you think the way you think? Why would you think that it's okay to say that it's a real simple thing? The people that have been vaccinated, you treat them. And the people that took horse goo, rest in peace, Wheezy. Really? Is that really how you feel? Like people that are sick from a disease that was funded by our own tax dollars? That's how you feel like? Those people should just die because they don't trust the government or they don't trust the pharmaceutical industrial complex that's been responsible for lying so many times. They're literally
policy versus his comedic decline. How late night TV adapts or fails